Welcome in No Fun League to See You Later Town, the new segment, which I feel like everyone in this league does a new segment every week and never does it again, so I don't know if there's ever such thing as a repeating segment, but I'll probably never do this again. Welcome to See You Later Town, where I break down the main players in fantasy that I would stay away from, that I'm fading this week, and let's get right into it. The very first player that I am saying see you later is Jared Goff. I am not playing Jared Goff in any of the leagues this year or this week. I am definitely fading him. He's projected under 20 points. He had a big game last week at 28.92 points. But that's a trap. It is a trap. This week he's got Atlanta, and I got a scary feeling about that defense. So fade Jared Goff if you have him. I'm not sure who has him. But if you have him, do not play him this week, if I were you. Now moving on to the wide receivers. First one on the board, Stephon Diggs. Last week he only had 6.6 points. That is not good for a premier wide receiver. I am fading him this week, not playing him at all. Next, we've got Jalen Waddle as the next wide receiver. I'm not playing this week. Absolutely not. If you have him, don't play him. He's got that questionable tag due to concussion. You know, dolphins and concussions, they go together like pina coladas and those tiny little umbrellas. They're just constantly together. Do not play Jalen Waddle this week. The next wide receiver that I probably wouldn't touch, and this one I had to debate a little bit back and forth, but I finally landed on Drake London. Drake London, I am not touching him. Last week he saved his day with a touchdown. Other than that, he had 66 yards and nothing else. So not touching Drake London this week. Moving on to running backs. Number one I probably wouldn't play would be Travis Etienne. If I had to pick, he's got that questionable tag. He's dealing with some cramps. In my opinion, that's pretty soft. If you're a running back and you can't play due to cramps, that says a lot about your character. That says a lot about your determination. Last week he only had 4.2 points. Yeah, do not play him this week if you have him. Definitely fade Travis Etienne. Next, Isaiah Pacheco, another questionable tag on him, dealing with the worst injury you can have as a running back, which is hamstring, unless you absolutely tear your knee off like Nick Chubb, but we're not going to talk about that. But since we are kind of talking about Nick Chubb, my next pick would be Jerome Ford. Do not play Jerome Ford this week. I know what you're thinking. Matthew, he just went off. He's got the opportunity. No. He's going up against Tennessee, which is the 30th best defense against the run so far this year. And the Browns are already talking to Kareem Hunt because they have no faith in Jerome Ford. So if you have him, I don't know who has him, but do not play him. I wouldn't unless you're very desperate. And basically, if you play any of these guys, it means you're very desperate. So just stay away if you can. Tight end, probably Darren Waller. He's got San Fran this week. It's a primetime game. Everyone knows primetime games are snooze fests. Ain't going to score much. And that brings me kind of into the kicker. Jake Moody. I wouldn't play Jake Moody. Again, primetime game, always snooze fests. Vegas has the line at 44 points. I'm taking the under on that. Don't expect Jake Moody to be kicking a lot of points. So that is who I'm not playing this week, unless you're desperate, which I don't think anyone's desperate enough to be playing these guys. These guys are all do not play. Do not play these guys. And finally, defense. I would not play Buffalo this week. They've had nothing but easy matchups so far this year, and it's been pretty underwhelming. So that's my list. Not sure who has these guys, but if you heard a name that you have on your team, do not play them unless you're very desperate. So that's my 2 cents. And that has been the very first and probably last episode of See You Later Town. Signing off, Flavor Town. See you later, Town.